Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie, and today I'm going to share with you all the books that I got in October and watch me destroy this pretty order that I got on my TBR shelf after sorting out all my non-fiction to another shelf. That, by the way, is 2.5 shelves of unread books. I have, no, 2 shelves full of unread non-fiction. Okay, but yeah, watch me then try to destroy this. Well, actually you won't, but my next video you will probably see it, so yay! So the first thing I got was something that have been on my I really want to read this, because Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin spoke so well about it, and that was, well, it was Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn, and this is a gift set that has her 3 books in it. I think she has written more, but this was like a gift set. And so we have Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, which is this one. Then we have Story River of the Sky, which is this one. And then we have When the Sea Turned to Silver, which is that one. And they are based on Chinese folklore, and the way he talked about them just made me want to really read them. So these has been on one of my tabs for my I want to order these books for like a year, I think. So yeah, it's one of his favorite middle grades. So yeah, I have really wanted to get this, and I had 20% off, so I was like, okay, sure, just get them, because reason. So yeah, I will actually not look up what they are about before I read them, so we'll see when I actually get to them. So that would mark my 3rd gift set that I need to finish. I'm not stressed at all. Then I have 2 light novels. The first one, I just filmed my November TBR, which is pretty short for me at least, and I remember that I said that I had this since last month. The answer is no, I did not. At least I did not have it, and that is How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, number 4. This is let's see here, this is about this man right here who gets taken from his world when the kingdom in this world gets an ultimatum to either give another empire that are aiding in the defense against the demon lord, to either give them money so that they can buy food and things like that, or to summon a hero from another world and then send the hero to them. Instead, well, he's a student. His parents died when he was young, and then he lived with his grandparents, and then since they were old they died. So he's a student, and he's like, yeah, I have no idea how to do that. But since this kingdom were verging on starvation and things like that, that was probably why he was summoned, because he used logic and realism, and he manages to find the money so that they can just pay the empire off, so to speak. And this is book 4. There are certain things I like about it, certain things I'm like, ugh. But I do like, when I pick it up, I just fly through that section really quickly. So yeah, I am enjoying it. This one has a harem thing, and if you read reviews from people who are used to reading light novels, they go, yet another one with a harem. This is the first one I have, so I'm not too bothered by it, basically. So, but we will see what I think. We are at a section where I'm like slightly cringing a bit, so we'll see. Because I just find it completely unrealistic. Because if you are occupying a city for a couple of months and then leave, no matter what benefits you gave them, they will question your benefits, because we're talking months, not years. And they will probably be pretty happy that the old government come to place. We're talking months, we're not talking years. So I'm like, and then I made another parallel which made me again go, So yeah, I'm slightly cringing about a part of this, and I have a hard time explaining why, but probably if I talked a bit to a friend, she would be able to help me exactly what I meant. But yeah, it's slightly cringy, which is why I haven't picked it up for like a week and a half. But yeah, once I pick these books up, I just fly through them. The next light novel I got was The Alchemist Who Survived Now Dreams of a Quiet City Life. And in this one, we're following Mariella, who, when she was living her life, doing nothing else, and she's an alchemist. And alchemist is like a dime a dozen. I guess that's a lot. Like expressions, and me not wanting to feel like I need to look them up. So yeah, and she wasn't really, she was pretty good, but she wasn't like an advanced one. But one day her village and the place where she lives gets attacked, so she puts herself to sleep. Except she makes a mistake and she wakes up, I think it's like 200 years. She suspended animation. Yes, I just read that on the back. 200 years. But when she wakes up, she's like the only alchemist in the entire kingdom. And yeah, and she just wants to live a quiet life in a small cottage, just doing her thing. Sounds very relatable. And this one has again also been on like one of those tabs that I was like, okay, I'm making an order for that one thing. I'm gonna get a couple of things that I'm interested in. Then let's go to two things that I've finished. The first one being The Adventure Zone, Here There Be Goblins. And this one was pretty fun. This is a graphic novel with the McElroy brothers and father, and art by Carrie PH. This was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, and I really want to continue on with it. I can say that I did think that the Dungeon Master element, aka one of the brothers, would be a little bit more, what's the term? You would notice it a bit more, but you didn't. But I did really like it, and I adored the art style. So yeah, I can't wait to figure out where this series is going. I think it's like 3 or 4 volumes out, but I definitely want to try number 2. Then I got one of those like smaller comic strip kind of thing, and this is Yes, I'm Hot at This, The Hilarious Truth About Life in a Hijab by Huda Fahmy. This is what it says. It's comic strips. Yeah, it's comic strips. I thought they were pretty funny. I have never lived in a hijab myself. I had several classmates that were my friends who did, and I actually recognized some of the situation in here. So yeah, that's pretty funny. And other than that, some of them are in general pretty relatable. So yeah, I enjoyed this and it was fun. One thing that I can say that I thought was weird when I read some of the reviews was that I thought the art style was pretty simplistic and not attractive, and I was like, or not good looking or whatever, and I was like, front, you can see the art style. What's the problem? Your own fault that you thought it was going to be anything else, to be honest. Then let's go to my non-fictions that I got. I got 2. And those 2 shelves of my non-fiction are smock full. Excellent. The first one I got was Yasuki, The True Story of the Legendary African Samurai by Thomas Lockley and Jeffrey Girard. This one, I have been interested in this story because If you have watched The Last Samurai, in which we have a white samurai, it was based on this story, and the actor and the person should have been black. That's basically what it is. And we are following this character, and it's basically a biography that tells about when he was kidnapped and then put in as a bodyguard to, I don't remember actually, bodyguard to the head of the Jesuits in Asia, and he learned Chinese and other languages on its way. And when he arrived to Japan, they had never seen a black man before, and one of the lords there, for one, what are they called? Yeah, the lord of a powerful clan made him a samurai, and then he lived there. So this is a biography about him, and yeah, this cover drew me in because it looks amazing, and I have been really intrigued by this story. And the other non-fiction I got was the Syllogis Guide to the Galaxy, What Animals on Earth Will Reveal About Aliens and Ourselves by Dr. Eric Kirschenbaum. This is a non-fiction in which the author, by knowing how animals behave on Earth, how, if the condition on a planet, how that species would evolve based on that. I don't really know much more about this, so I'm pretty intrigued by this. So it has, yeah, so science and what would things look like if X was the norm. If landmass were 10%, then maybe mermaids would actually be a thing. So I'm making a joke, at least not mermaids as in the movies, because no, that would not make any sense. But yeah, that was the tangent. But yeah, this one really intrigues me, and it looks gorgeous. I love it. Then we have my last normal physical book, and that is the Blazewath Games by Ampod Ortiz. This is a YA fantasy book in which there are a game called the Blazewath Games. This is a race all over the world where you have dragons that the person race. And the main character that we are following has always wanted to take part in this, and for the first year that Puerto Rico, there we go, I did not look it up, participate, she really wants to be a part of it. And when the runner in this team cancels, she gets offered a part, and the runner is the only one who has a part in which they don't ride dragons. But as this goes on, someone is destroying dragon habitats and sanctuaries, and their demand is that the games needs to stop. And she gets caught up in it because it gets international and scandals and intrigue and conspiracies, and she wants to really save this sport that she loves. I don't know anything else, but yeah. And the last book that I purchased, well, I do have my Illumine Crate as well, but the last book I purchased was a free ebook from Amazon, and that was Darkness Forge by Matt Larkin. And this one I got because Kitty G is SFPBO, I think it is, and this was her finalist for that. I don't really understand how it is, but this is the book that she will put forward as a finalist, and it was free and she really enjoyed it, so I was like, well, sure, I can download it. So yeah, now I have it. It's pretty short, and apparently what it is that we are following a set of brothers who are all married, and then after a hunt they come back and their wives are missing. And when she says that it's pretty much like the Norse myths are told this way, yeah, they are. I really recognize it from when I read the Norse myths. So, and yeah, and then we are following their paths. So yeah, we'll see what I think about it. And that was really long, whatever. Then I got 2 Illumicrate books. Then we are finished. And the first one being one that I ordered sometime this summer from their debut box that they have, and that is Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. In this one we are following a main character who attempts to prove himself, I guess, to summon a spirit, and he succeeds, except he summons the bully. That's dead. And I don't really know much else about it because... Oh, not bully. Resident bad boy. My bad. It usually is a bad boy or bully. It's usually one or both. And they need to figure out some loose ends and why... I don't really know why he died. I actually don't know. But we'll see what I think about this. This has gotten a lot of praise. Especially when it came out. A lot of people were reading it, so that could be why I haven't really heard anything about it lately. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And that book is, by the way, own voices for since the main character is a trans man. The next one I have is the Illumicrate book for September, and that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And this is book 1 in the Scholomance, or lesson 1 of the Scholomance. Now, this has gotten some pretty controversy things, and from some reviews I kind of went, oh, that's, yeah, like, sure. It sounds very logical that you can tell that it's modern Arabic because someone has doodled a man running over some people with a car. Yeah, that's how you tell that it's modern Arabic. Yeah. Yeah. I'm still interested in reading it, especially now when I've got it. But yeah, it has gotten that critique, and then it also has gotten some other ones that I think something about locks, dreadlocks, and why it wasn't called locks instead. I don't really get what the difference is. It could be that it's just where I read and when I hang out with people that those are used interchangeably, so I don't understand the difference between that. But there are some things, there are reviews out there. Yeah. So we'll see what I think about this. I have also heard that it's pretty darn info dumpy, which, okay. But what this story is about is that we are following a girl who enters into this school, and it's full of monsters. You don't have any teachers or anything like that, and yeah, you can't really trust anyone because they might sacrifice you to succeed themselves, and a bunch of things like that. And apparently the main character, again, special snowflake, I don't particularly mind that. I just detach from it and find it funny, and laugh at the character. But we'll see what I think about it. I have heard a lot of people are mentioning the info dumpiness, but I have read light novels. They are info dumpy, like to the extreme. But at least you get these chunks in the beginning. Then it's more smooth sailing, but apparently you get like a huge paragraph in the middle of her swinging a sword, for instance. Logic. We'll see what I think about it, but yeah, I have it. And I can I just say that people were like, oh, they changed the black or blue, depending on what people said, and the gold. I think this color look poop. It looks like poop. it's a poop color, baby poop. If you have kids and you have this edition, or if you just look at this, does this not look like the color of baby poop? That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I'm just doing like that. So yeah, those are the 13 books that I got in October. Can you tell that I've given up by now? But yeah, I have at least read 2 of them, and I'm currently reading 1, so it's something. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.